like a good, well-rounded camp.
Yeah, it absolutely does. It's one of the certainly one of the better camps at the moment. It's one of the ones you've seen in the news a lot, isn't it? Right, he's just said he's good to go, so we'll give him a bell, and then we'll get things moving. Let's ring him now.
Fantastic. And I'm very anxious for him to walk us through his latest fight. I tried looking for some video of it online and to no success thus far.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Hi, Mike. You all right?
Hello?
You all right?
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Just let you know, you're on with myself, Ray, and when you were on last time, we've got a new co-host now. We had Jay last time, but co-host is Patrick now.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going there, Mike?
Good,
So we'll
man. How are you doing?
we'll jump
Good,
straight
man.
in.
Good to talk to you.
Sorry, Patrick. We'll jump straight in because I know we know you had a big fight just gone, and you got your third win. So congratulations on your third win. Now we've tried to find videos online, but we've been unable to find them. So we're hoping you might talk us through the fight.
Oh, this past one or the one before?
The 3-0 one, the fight you've just had.
Oh, yeah. It was in Green Bay, Wisconsin, for the Rogue Fighting Championships. I fought a kid named Matt Gauthier who was 4-0 going into the fight. We came out, he's supposed to be a striker. We started trading, shots. He shot in unexpectedly, took me down. When we hit the ground, I don't think he liked what he felt. I went for about 3 submissions right off the takedown. Ended up kicking off, getting the fight back to our feet. Hit him with a couple shots. He tried to take me down again, stuffed it. I got down. I was going for his back. He rolled over to half guard. I rained down some elbows, and he gave up the Kimura, and I just ripped it into the ref, stopped me.
So how did you obviously? I mean, it's funny to hear that he took you down and he didn't like what he felt. I mean, you're training. We were just talking then. You're training with one of the best camps, so you're obviously fully prepared wherever the fight takes place. How did you feel going into the fight?
I felt pretty good. This guy was supposed to be a striker, and he said he's gonna strike with me. But like I said in my interview before that with the U.S. Combat Sports, I told him that I'm the better grappler, I'm the better wrestler, I'm just the better fighter. So I just felt good, with all my teammates, working with Ben Askren and all those guys getting ready for the fight. I felt incredible and I felt good.
So everything had gone to plan in training. You didn't pick up any niggling injuries, or there was nothing that you felt was gonna hold you back for this fight.
Oh no, I was able to stay healthy. My diet and stuff like that with my nutritionist keeps my energy levels really good. So I'm able to stay active and stay pretty energetic during training, which, keeps me from getting injured. Once you start dragging and you're really tired is when you get injured and stuff like that. So no, I was able to stay healthy in between these fights, and I'm still healthy now.
I mean, obviously, your fight before that was a very quick knockout, and you've literally fought within a month. Do you know when you'll be planning to fight next?
Actually, I'm supposed to be fighting October 20th at a Madtown Throwdown in Madison, Wisconsin. That's where I had my second pro fight where I finished that guy with the TKO in 42 seconds. I'm fighting
And
for that organization again.
do you know who you're fighting yet, or we not announced?
No. We've been calling out this kid named Lenny Nelson. He's 7-2 or something like that. He's supposed to be the number 1 ranked welterweight in Wisconsin, but he keeps turning down the fight with me. He won't take it, so that's what they were hoping the main event would be. But since he won't take the fight, they're having to find, a different opponent for me.
And do you think he won't take it because he's not going to be prepared for you? Is that how you feel, that he's avoiding you?
I feel like just training with Rufus Sport, a lot of guys hear that name and they get scared. And he happens to have like a lot of wins, earlier in his career. And then he got injured some, and I think he's backed by a pretty big management company. So they're trying to make sure that he doesn't take any more losses because they know, a fourth loss on his record, he'll need 15, 16 wins to get looked at by a big show. So yeah, I think he's ducking me because he knows I'm not a safe fight.
Yeah. And how many wins do you feel you need to get on your record before you're picked up by a bigger show?
You know, I really don't know what they look for when it comes to, number of fights or the caliber of people you fought. I think if I'm put up on a big show right now, I think I can perform. I think I can compete with anybody. If it hits the ground, I can defend myself there and also attack from there. Standing up, I'm comfortable. I train with, obviously some of the best strikers, if not the best strikers in the world. So I'll be comfortable there too. So, if they're ready and willing to take me, I'm definitely at that level where I feel I can compete with those guys and get some victories at that level.
And obviously, it's people talk about it a bit now because we've got a couple of seasons coming up with the Ultimate Fighter. Is that was that something you'd be willing to? Would you be willing to go through an Ultimate Fighter to get yourself established and get yourself into the UFC?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. But I think I can make it without it. Without it, I see the Ultimate Fighter kind of as like a last ditch effort or something like that. Or if Dana or somebody from the UFC asked me to try out for a season, then I would probably do it. But as of right now, I think I have the skill set and the management and the team backing me that I can make it on my own recognizance. I won't need the show. But yeah, I mean it's a great opportunity to be on the show. It gives you so much more publicity and a bigger following and stuff like that. But they kind of like if you've seen the preview for the show, it's a lot of douchebags on there and a lot of guys who I really wouldn't care to be around for that long to film. I'm just in it to fight, man. I don't want to have to hang out with guys like that all the time.
No, I think that's fair enough. It's quite a different thing to do, isn't it? I mean, obviously, we're talking about your training with Duke Roufus. Just to let our listeners know, can you just reel off some of the names of the people you are training with? Because I mean, we were just saying you're training with by far one of the best camps. I think that's why people don't want to fight you. To be fair, and obviously you're training with some of the biggest names as well. So can you just reel off some of the names of the guys you are training with for our listeners?
Oh yeah, well, obviously my roommate is Eric Koch, who was supposed to fight Jose Aldo, but the injury. He's going to be back in full swing, here soon. I got Anthony Pettis, Alan Belcher. I've trained with Pascal Kraus, Ben Askren. I got a guy from Wisconsin who's really highly ranked, Gerald Mershart. Jiu-jitsu with Daniel Marias, and if you go to the littler guys, we got Sergio Pettis, Eli Garcia, Dustin Ortiz. We got Cully Butterfield. Obviously Duke is my coach, Scott Cushman. Man, we got such a long line of guys, man, high level pros. Got guys signed all over. Rick the Gladiator Glenn. Look for him next, man. He's like 11-2-1. He's on a 9-fight win streak. You got to look out for that guy. We got some really big names.
It's such a when you reel the names off like that, it's so impressive. And obviously, you actually set us up with an interview with one with Eric Koch, but recently you set us up with an interview with Dustin Ortiz as well, and he was such a nice guy to talk to. So just wanted to say, thank you to say it to you now. Thank you for setting us up with that because we loved having him on the show. He was brilliant to chat with.
Yeah, Dustin is a really man. I'm telling you, Dustin is one of the most legit, real, and down to earth kids you'll ever talk to and you'll ever get to meet. I mean, he's from Tennessee and he just embodies what you think of like a Southern gentleman in Tennessee type guy, man. So, he was ranked top 10 in the world before a loss set him back, and he's a legit fighter and a legit person. That's the kind of people I surround myself with. And he's going to be our third roommate when he gets back here from Tennessee on Thursday. So yeah, that's a legit guy, man.
Yeah, he was certainly a pleasure to talk with. And I said to him on the show, we'd spoke to Ian McCall as well not long ago, and he spoke very highly of Dustin, and he said he was one of the ones that we need to be looking out for. And I think it's only a matter of time before he gets given, especially with it being a new division in the UFC, it's only a matter of time, I think, before he gets the call up.
Yeah, definitely. Dustin, I think he probably has 1 or 2 fights before he's back in the UFC talk. He had a little injury setback, but he's gonna come back from that with vengeance, and it won't be a big deal. I give him 2 fights, and he'll be back in the in the mix and in the UFC before mid 2013. Is when I see it.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be like you say. I mean, that's not too far off at all. I know Patrick's eager to jump in. Are you good to go, Patrick? Right, just he's just gone off. He'll just be back in a moment. So what else have you been up to since we spoke to you last? What obviously you've got oh, he's back on, sorry. Are you ready? Are you there, Patrick? Right. So what other things have you been up to, Mike? What else have you been doing? I mean, obviously I know you've had a couple of fights in a short space of time. Is there anything else you've been doing to keep yourself busy?
Just really going through, trying to gain more sponsors, gain more notoriety, getting my name out there, doing contests on Twitter. I just got back home in Iowa. I've been hanging out with my mom and my family. I just got my Ninja Turtle tattoo on my back finished, and just got a tattoo on my arm as well. So I just been enjoying my 2 3 days off, and I'm gonna go back up to Rufus Sport Thursday and get back to work. So. That's all I've been doing, man. Just enjoying a little bit of free time and enjoying that victory a little bit.
Yeah, it must have been nice to get your third win. But right, so I think we'll see if Patrick's good to go now. He's having problems at the minute with his Skype. Are you good to go, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm good to go. Sorry about that, Ray. Sorry about that, Mike.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So it's great to talk to you. I know you got a good relationship with Ray. And I was watching a lot of your videos in preparation for this interview. You looked really good against Zach Otto in your pro debut, which was just in May. You stopped all of his takedown attempts. It looked like one takedown he got close in the first round, and you just swept him right into full mount. You dropped him in the second round. Going to the scorecards, though, did you think he was kind of walling and stalling for a lot of the fight? Did you think that could have swayed the judges?
In a way, I wasn't really nervous because my roommate Eric Koch fought Jonathan Brookins, and he tried to do the same thing. In that situation, Eric, landed the more effective shots and was able to get the win. So with me mounting him at the end of the first, you know, dropping him at the end of the second, third round, I did more of the damage. I wasn't really worried about it. I was just like more a little bit like who gave him the 29-28 because I thought it was 30-27 across the board, but I wasn't too worried about it. I knew I had the victory.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought it was a 30-27 as well. You can never tell with I could see a 29-28 because it seemed like he had a good clinch for the first round, but like you said, you had all the dominant positions with the mount and dropping them and all that stuff. And myself, I definitely score for the more effective offense and stuff like that, which you definitely had all day in that fight. Um, Next, though, is there anyone? Obviously, you're coming out of that good camp guys talked about. Is there anyone though in the fight game, be it, your camp or just in any promotion, whose style you'd like to emulate?
I wouldn't say there's one particular person. There's bits and pieces I would obviously like to take from everybody to make me the most complete fighter. There's a couple guys,
Sure.
I would love to have the wrestling and the control that Ben Askren has. Then I would like to also have the striking and being able to incorporate different styles like Alan Belcher. Um, just to stay in my camp, I would love to have like that Anthony Pettis not only has that striking ability, he has a very keen sense of timing.
Yeah.
And that comfortability in the cage. I would definitely like to have the attitude and like style, and that mentality of Eric. He's one of the most, meanest, like I'm gonna win, I'm gonna go get this kind of guys. And obviously, I want to have jujitsu like Daniel Marias. So that'll be the complete fighter if I get all those things.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and hey, it looks like you're on your way. Your only fight that I could see that went to a decision was your pro debut, and that was a good fight against a tough guy. And your next two victories or your next two fights after that were both victories, both first round finishes. So definitely looks like you're getting more comfortable in there. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, that first fight, I was really nervous with his skill set, being as good as it was. His record, he was 5-0 or 6-0 as an amateur. We were two of the top ranked amateurs, so I kind of let his skill set get in the way of me implementing my game. Once I stuffed his takedowns, I should have been more aggressive because at that point I knew he couldn't take me down. But I still stayed more reserved, and these next two fights, I have this new attitude about me that, I do know that I train hard in every aspect and I need to trust my training. So I just went out and I know my conditioning is good. I'm going to start pushing the pace on everybody that I fight, and I'm going to look to finish you early. And I know that if I don't, I'll still have that stamina to finish you in the second or put you away in the third or make it a decisive victory for myself. I just, like you said, just started trusting my skill set and my conditioning and all my training together.
Oh, that's good. That's a great attitude to have. And you had mentioned Ben Askren. Obviously, he's been over there at Rufus Sport for some time now, like a little over a year, I think, maybe a little less than two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, a
And
little over a year.
yeah, so is he like your main wrestling coach over there with you guys, or do you have other guys in there in the wrestling aspect?
Wrestling, Ben Askren, hands down. His head coach, John Messenbrink. We work with him sometimes, but no, Ben is our head wrestling coach. He's that's why every time anybody says anything about my wrestling improvement, I tell them, it's because I've been working with Ben Askren. Us being at the weight class, most of the time I'm doing goes or drills, I'm going with him. So yeah, Ben Askren's the head guy over there.
There you go. Now, your amateur fights came at middleweight, correct?
Heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight.
Okay, so you keep dropping down. Are you gonna stop at welterweight? Or
Yeah,
are you staying at?
Yeah, I'm done. There's no way I can make 55. It would kill me. I still walk around about 195. It's just with my nutritionist and stuff like that, making 170 is really easy for me. But yeah, I'm a welterweight, and this is my home.
Beautiful. Now let's tell us a little bit about yourself. If you're not training, what's one of your favorite pastimes?
To be honest with you, man, I'm a struggling fighter. I don't really get to do, much. I train in the morning, which is, as pros, we are required to do at least two training sessions a day. Sometimes, we get an extra technique or pass session in there with coach. But so I train in the morning. I usually, cook my meals for the rest of the day. Uh, Watch movies, man. That's my favorite pastime. I just rent movies and watch them. Used to be Call of Duty, but we haven't played in a while. I teach private kickboxing lessons at the gym. So I do that, and then I got another training session, and then I bounce at a bar 5 nights out of the week, man. So only thing I get to do to keep myself sane is, listen to music, go for a run, or watch a movie or something.
I feel that, yeah. So what's on your training playlist? If you're hitting the gym, you got the iPod on.
Dude, I listen to some crazy stuff, man. Like I got a wide variety of music. So right now, if I'm listening to rap, it's probably Meek Mills. He's newer. I like his style, that aggressiveness that he brings. But I listen to all kind of stuff. I listen to Five Finger Death Punch. I listen to a little bit of Danzig Kuduro, a little Spanish, little up songs. Um, I listen to Justin Bieber. I like Bieber. I like a lot of dubstep, a lot of rap dubstep mixes too, though. So whatever comes on, man. I got an iPod full of stuff, and I'll just let it go.
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna say, I just heard this mixtape not too long ago. It was Frank Sinatra and Biggie mixed up. I recommend checking that out. It was pretty hot.
Yeah, man. They these days, man, they're getting really creative with mixing music, different genres of music, man, and that's what I really like. I like a lot of the rap dubstep stuff now too.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I think Ray's gonna step in and take over from here. You there, Ray?
Yeah, I'm now. Just want to say, Mike, we really appreciate you coming on the show. And not just you coming on the show, but what you've done for us in the past as well with the interviews you've arranged. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. Before we let you go, first I want to say we want to get you back on again. When you've had your fourth fight and you've got your fourth, and we want you back on to talk us through that if that's okay. And also just give a shout out, any friends, family, and let people know how they can follow you on Twitter and Facebook as well.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me on the show. And like you said, after my fourth fight and fourth victory, I'd love to be back on. I just want to give shout out to all my sponsors. Twisted Fate Tattoos, Trevor Deutsch is his name. Just did about 3 hours of work on me today, man. I love the guy. Combat Corner, Library Club, Diamond MMA, Striker Battle Gear. I'm always looking to add new sponsors and stuff like that. So if you're interested, you can contact me on Twitter at Team Rock Biggie. That's TeamRockBiggie. My Facebook is Mike Biggie Rhodes, Mike Biggie Rhodes fan page. And, if you're interested, contact me. Or if you know anybody else, get a hold of me. I want to thank Duke Rufus, Scott Cushman, Ben Askren, all my teammates at Rufus Sport, all those guys that support me, train with me, and wish me the best. All my Rhodes Warriors out there, my fan base and followers, I love you guys. Thank you. And I just always like to say at the end of every interview, thank you to my mom, Sandra Harmon. I wouldn't be the man I am today without her. So thank you.
We've really enjoyed having you on the show. We enjoyed having you on last time. We enjoyed having you on today. And I can't wait we're enjoying following your career. We can't wait to see you progress and eventually see you make it in the big leagues, which we know is going to happen.
Thank you. Hopefully I get a video. I tweet it to you guys and let you guys see the handiwork.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get it up. If once you've done that, we'll get it on. We'll get links to it on our site as well. So we'll let our fans watch it as well.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you guys do for me, and look forward to keeping this relationship going. Getting interviews and helping my teammates and stuff like that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone that wants to come on, you point them in our direction. We'd love to have anybody on from the camp. Your camps are such an amazing camp. So, but once again, thank you for giving us your time.
All right, thank you. Have a good day, guys.
And you, bye.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
There you go, Mike Biggie Rhodes. Up and coming. I tell you, I think there's going to be big things from him. And he touched on it as well there when he said he'd fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and that was the process he was going through when he was losing his weight. He did lose. He said to us on the last podcast he lost quite a lot of weight, and now he's obviously fighting at welterweight. But I don't know. You just get a feeling there's going to be big things with him. There just seems to be. He seems to be surrounding himself with the right people. He's dedicated. He's serious. I mean, he's 3-0, and look at all the sponsors he's already got. That says something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does, and his talent is definitely evident from his videos as well. I was able to find a couple of his amateur fights, and he looked really good, made quick work in all those fights, and I did see his pro debut, and